back to the Cinema Cult Network. I'm Chris.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Honto.
And we're concluding our martial arts month with the movie Sidekicks from 1992 starring Chuck Norris. A movie I haven't seen in probably 20-something years.
It's definitely in the 90s for me.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since I was a kid in the 90s.
And I'll tell you what, I did not remember anything from it.
I remember most of it.
Really?
Yeah.
The only thing I remembered was the guy in the wheelchair when that's all tied up.
The end of the movie?
No, the one that's tied up and he's saying, "Help me."
Oh.
As soon as it came out, I was like, "Oh, I remember this."
Really?
That, and honestly, while watching this with you guys, I was like, "Is this the movie with the flaming bricks?" And it turned out to be the movie with the flaming bricks.
Is that not another movie?
And that's why you wanted to watch it.
And that's what I was trying to think. I was like, "What movie competition ends with flaming bricks?"
I'm sure there's other movies.
I couldn't think of any.
I can't think of anything. I always remember from Sidekicks.
Yeah, I've only seen this probably once. Have you guys seen this multiple times?
I think a bunch when it was like, I think it was like a TBS. This feels like a TBS movie.
Yeah.
To me.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it a bunch when I was a kid, but I don't remember anything of it besides the flaming bricks.
All right, so Sidekicks, 1992. What do you think it has on Rotten Tomatoes? Matt, we'll start off with you.
It doesn't have a Rotten Tomatoes score.
Okay.
Is that what you're guessing?
That's my guess.
Honto,
I'm guessing 27.
26%.
Oh, wow.
You're closer than I was.
But actually, Matt wins because he didn't go over.
Shit.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
I'm like Joe Piscopo.
The budget for Sidekicks, and Matt, yes, there is one.
There is no budget for Sidekicks.
Everyone did it for free.
Honto, what do you think the budget is for Sidekicks?
$6 million.
Matt?
Sounds so low.
4 million.
16 million.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And apparently 15 of that went to Chuck Norris.
Really?
No, I just made that up.
Oh, wow. I would not be surprised.
How much do you think this made at the box office? I only have domestic figures, so that's worldwide at that point. So what do you think this movie made worldwide? Sidekicks. Matt, go.
Oh, worldwide?
Yeah, there's no international numbers, so this is just
I'll
domestic.
go with 15 million.
Okay. On to
12 million.
you guys were very close. It was like 16 million.
Oh,
Was it really?
So yes,
I think you'd be like very close. It was $150 million.
I was waiting for that too.
No, it was $17 million worldwide. There was no. It says there's no international numbers. So yeah, I guess it was just a U.S. only release.
Okay.
And then for funsies, just for funsies, does anybody know the top rated Chuck Norris film?
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about Chuck Norris films, so I only recognize like maybe one title.
Oh, spoiler! This is the only Chuck Norris movie I've ever seen.
Me too.
I've seen a couple of them.
Me too.
Yeah,
He's not really great.
outside of actually, I think this might be the only one because I'm not going to count the one not Game of Death.
Is Wave the Dragon?
Yeah, is it Way of the Dragon?
I think so.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Okay, well, so-
I've only seen a little bit of it.
Honto, since you're a Chuck Norris expert, what do you think is considered the best Chuck Norris movie?
Like the highest rated? Is that what you
Yes.
said? Highest rated. Delta Force.
That is number 5.
Number 5. Is it Missing in Action?
That's number 7.
Oh wow. Is it Top Dog?
Top Dog is not on this list.
Is it I'm trying to go off of memory of
No,
like,
you're good. Keep going. This is
Under
fun.
Siege.
Nah, that's not Chuck Norris.
I know.
Get out of here. It's not Chuck Norris.
You idiot. It's Tommy Lee Jones.
What haven't I said?
No worries.
Sidekicks the number highest?
No, it's not. Number 1 was Way of the Dragon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
guess I was thinking like starring because he's like not really the star.
Number 2, Lone Wolf McQuade.
Okay. Okay.
3, Code of Silence.
Code of Silence. Okay.
4 is a Forced Vengeance, but I read it as Forced Vegetables. I thought it was just about a child.
I had a lot of those when I was a kid.
And then 5 was Delta Force.
5 is Delta Force.
So
okay.
I have seen none of these movies.
Okay.
Nah,
Eye for an Eye, Missing in Action, Hero in the Terror.
I'll mention one movie that it's a very interesting movie for him to do.
Okay.
It is in the cast and crew breakdown.
Go for it.
So starting off with director.
Oh, from now on, for cast and crew breakdown, can you just call it Matt cast and crew breakdown / Matt's trivia?
Yeah. Matt was like saying all this stuff. I was like, God damn, I can't say anything about this.
No, was it a couple weeks ago when Matt was like, did you know that blah blah blah's in this? I'm like, that's part of the cast and crew.
Yeah.
Like that's also part of my trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Directed by Aaron Norris, the brother of Chuck
Norris. That's the brother.
Damn
That's
it, Matt.
a piece of my trivia.
Matt, good
His
trivia.
brother directed this movie.
Matt, very good trivia.
I gotta say, this guy really loves his brother.
That would be cool.
List of movies that he's directed Chuck Norris in: Braddock, Missing in Action 3, The Delta Force 2, Columbia Connection, The Hitman, Hellbound, Top Dog, Forest Warrior, 4 episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger, and the Walker, Texas Ranger movie, Trial by Fire.
Good for him. What a cool relationship. I was trying to think of what movies I would direct Matt in, but I don't know what it would be. I feel like there's a joke there somewhere. Maybe
There's
we'll
a
get to
joke
it.
in there somewhere.
Starring Chuck Norris as himself, The Way of the Dragon, The Delta Force, and a movie where he fights a serial killer called Silent Rage. It's like a slasher movie.
Interesting. What's it? Silent Raid?
Silent Rage.
Rage. Okay.
It's basically like an indestructible serial killer, and he fights this guy.
I would watch this.
It's
Okay.
not really that good.
All right.
I've
Man.
seen it before. Jonathan Brandis is Barry. Stephen King's It, Stepfather 2, Make Room for Daddy, and Ladybugs with Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, yeah.
Which we will do next year for martial arts.
What?
I wouldn't be surprised if, like, we didn't do martial arts next year. But
We have to pick some like
That's
ones
Matt's
that,
push.
ones-
Matt has been
ones-
pushing.
We need ones that have martial arts in it.
yeah, actually, the 3 that we picked this year
yeah.
are
Like
pretty,
2.5.
yeah, like 2.5 are
Yeah.
pretty solid, I guess.
We'll
Yeah.
see. Maybe next year we'll do March movies.
Yeah.
How about
But it'll be movies about people like in marching bands. So we'll do like Drumline.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do Drumline too.
Because I would love to do a
March of the Penguins.
March of the
The
Penguins.
documentary. The lovely
Yeah.
documentary.
Ides March.
Ides of March.
Yeah.
Cool. We've already got
Yeah.
next year figured out.
Beau Bridges is Jerry, the dad. The Wizard with Fred Savage, Rocket Man, and an episode of Tales from the Crypt, season 3, episode 4,
Ah, yes.
Abra Cadaver, which is a pretty good episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mako as Mr. Lee. Conan the Barbarian. He's I can't remember his character's name, but he's also the narrator of, the movie. But he's also in Conan the Destroyer. He's also in a Jim Belushi movie called Taking Care of Business, and he's in Highlander 3, The Final Dimension. Then we have Julia.
Real quick, have you seen Highlander 3?
A long time ago.
Is it better than 2? I'm assuming.
2's awful.
I've
So
never seen 2 or 3, but I did watch a show.
2. Do
Yeah.
you know in Highlander 2 they explain that they're actually aliens from a different planet? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unnecessary.
Yeah,
It's a little
yeah.
unnecessary.
That sucks.
But yeah, 3 has, I think, Mario Van Peebles is the bad guy.
Okay.
And then they kind of ground it back where I think they axe 2 from the timeline. So it's
Really?
like it just goes back to like them being people on Earth. or
Oh,
whatever,
okay.
You know. Julia Nickson as Noreen, Rambo First Blood Part 2, which has the most confusing.
That is her.
Yeah. It's the most confusing titles within a franchise itself because it's First Blood,
Yeah.
Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3, and then John Rambo,
John Rambo.
and then Rambo Last Blood.
I think she's called Rambo.
Oh, is it?
I know,
No,
Last-
it's called Last Blood.
Is it?
Yeah.
And then it's just gonna every movie from there. It's just gonna be like Ram, Raw, then until they get the last. And then she's also in Amityville: A New Generation.
Oh, you got me excited.
Not about time.
That was about time.
And then we have Joe Piscopo as Kelly Stone, Dead Heat, 5 seasons of Saturday Night Live, Wise Guys, and Johnny Dangerously.
The
Bunch
Michael
of-
Keaton movie?
Yes.
Okay.
A bunch of 80s comedies because he came from Saturday Night Live, basically.
Okay.
So, Danica McKellar as Lauren, The Wonder Years, I think the entire series. Lots of voice acting cartoons and lots of Hallmark movies to this day.
Yeah.
Like spanning like 2 decades
Really?
of just Hallmark movies.
yeah.
I think you're going to say lots of math books.
Oh, yeah. I actually
Yeah.
did write several math books. The author of several math books. And then we have Richard Moll as Horn, House, Night Court as Bull, the security or like the bail bondsman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Harvey Dent.
From Batman Animated Series. That's my other piece of
Good
trivia.
job,
Yeah.
Honto.
Yeah.
Good trivia,
You
Honto.
were saying all this like trivia.
Yeah,
about
what did
people.
we just watch him in?
Yeah, we just watched him something, right? Because I remember talking about him. I also remember talking about Mako and something.
We
Yeah.
talk about House a lot, though.
Do we?
Oh, yeah. He's in House, but he's in a bunch of like random horror movies.
Is Mako the voice, real quick, is Mako the voice of Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No.
Okay. I feel like we just talked about him something.
No, that's Splinter's what's his name from Fresh Prince, isn't it?
The cartoon is.
Yeah, the cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Uncle Phil.
Oh,
Uncle
okay.
Phil's voice
Yeah.
is
Splinter? I thought it was Shredder.
Or Shredder.
Yeah, my bad. I was
Oh my
thinking it was
God.
Shredder.
But
Come
yeah,
on!
but I feel like I feel like we did talk about Richard Moll and something. And then lastly, I'll mention Garrett Graham as I didn't write his name down. I forgot to. He's a teacher at the school for 2 scenes. Child's Play 2, Chud 2, Bud the Chud, Phantom of the Paradise, and Chopping Mall,
Yep.
and Tales from the Crypt Season 1, Episode 1, The Man Who Was Death.
I always like how you just like the only show you ever talk about
like it.
is Tales from the Crypt.
I like it.
always
Kind of
he's
is.
on.
Yeah.
I like it because I kind of want to do like a side podcast where we cover Tales from the Crypt episodes.
I would love to
Same.
just do that. I would love to just go through the entire seasons
Yeah.
and just like
It's funny.
break them down. Read the comic book adaptations because
Yeah,
they're
that'd
really
be cool.
short.
That'd be
They're
cool.
only like 4
Do
or
like a
5
comparison.
pages. Yeah.
Dude, I love Chopping Mall. I think it's
I
a
need
really
to watch
fun
that
movie.
again. I need to watch it.
I remember Matt didn't like it either, I don't think.
It's okay. I've seen it twice. So I don't hate it by any degree, but
It has a big cult following.
It
Yeah,
does.
And
It
people
does.
love that soundtrack.
I'll probably watch it again.
Yeah. There's actually 2 things I mentioned a lot on this podcast, and he's in 2 of them. He's in one is Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
The other is Police Academy 6, City
Yeah.
Under Siege.
Yeah.
He's in that too.
Yep.
So
Who's in that?
Garrett Graham, that teacher that was like,
Oh, Bud the Chud.
yeah, but the
Honto
child.
loves Police Academy.
So there's
He
2 things I
does.
talk about. So maybe one of these days we'll cover Police Academy on this
yeah.
show.
I would in a heartbeat.
And that's all I have for cast and crew, unless you can figure out what else Richard Moll has been in.
I was looking, it's like small roles and like Jingle All the Way.
Yeah,
and
I saw Jingle All the Way, but I was trying to look for.
We got 2.
Is that the? I'm trying to remember who he
Um,
was in the that movie though.
You know, we're probably getting mixed up, and we're probably getting mixed up with what's his name from The Guyver, who's also bald.
Oh, Michael
Um,
Berryman.
Yeah, we're probably just getting those 2 characters mixed
No,
up.
we talked about because I remember we talked about Night Court on the show, but I can't remember.
Oh, we were probably just singing the song because it's such a good song.
Maybe that was it.
Dum, 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 you know.
Nice.
My voice is gone.
Yeah.
You sound like a different person today.
I feel like a different
Chris
person.
was
today.
cheering a lot during this movie.
I was.
he
man,
was
I
like in the
was-
stands rooting for Chuck. And he's like,
Yeah.
Chuck.
Chuck. He was in a movie called Night Train to Terror. I don't know what that is, but it looks really cool. But other than
That's
that,
nice.
I have no idea what else he was in.
That's so
So
nice.
at that point, we are going to move on to the movie. This movie is kind of oddly structured, I guess. Not that it's like out of the norm, but it's basically about
It's basically, I feel like
We got-
every boy's fantasy to be Chuck Norris's
Right?
partner.
any child fighting movie that has to like train throughout the entire film to get to a competition at the end is basically the structure.
pretty
of
much
this
it was
movie.
just a little twist that it's about a teenager who daydreams all the time. And his daydream is that he's fighting side by side with Chuck Norris and all these adventures.
Yeah.
And they treat it like they kind of treat it like it's a disorder.
Yes.
Like he's
They do, yeah.
like he went
Right? Yeah.
he went off to his fantasy again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he
Like where'd you go this time?
he reenacts stuff that's happening in the daydreams, which is really strange. I feel like if my kid I was a daydreamer,
Yeah.
but I feel like if my kid was legit talking out loud or reenacting or acting out the stuff that he's daydreaming,
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, we need to get you some help
Yeah.
because
We need to put you outside.
yeah, because you're seeing this stuff.
That's the thing.
It's not
his
you
daydreams.
thinking about this stuff.
Yeah,
You're
the daydreams
seeing
are
this
him
stuff.
like eyes open, staring at people, yelling
Yeah.
at them. Like,
Basically like a waking dream or what.
yeah,
I
pretty
mean,
much.
They don't really do it much, but they do it in one scene
in the
part-
beginning. Yeah.
Well, it's a part where he's in the classroom.
Yeah.
And he's staring at like the ninjas that's like about to stab him. He's like he's like
Yeah.
right there and just staring like right at him. He's like, "What are you looking at this time, Barry?" It's like,
yeah, and everyone's just
they should have gave him more of like a daydream, like look off into space type thing.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's interacting with the kid. You know what I mean? Like it's oddly done. Nothing on him. It's just
well, like I feel like it's
scene.
like he's gonna snap out of it one day, and he's gonna be like, he's gonna think he's be fighting like a ninja, and he's punching some kid in his class repeatedly in the face, and they're like, oh, he's like, sorry, I was in my daydreams again. Like,
what they should have done is like they should just made like a legit action movie.
Yeah,
where it's him. Like some sort of peril happens and he actually has to learn karate through the daydreams and actually does fight back that way.
See, and I would honestly like the thing I don't like about this movie is the karate aspect.
Of it. It's really lame.
I don't like Karate Kid.
I
don't like those
like
movies.
I think it's a classic. For
I
me.
like it. I think
I mean, like honestly, I hate training movies. I get so bored by them.
Just get to the action.
There's like 5 montage scenes in this movie with the same song.
Same song. They're doing the same location, the same kind of training.
But it's that's what hurts it is it's got that Karate Kid structure.
Yeah.
Like the daydream thing is legit.
Yeah,
I feel like it's like, oh, that's a really like 2 things that I had that were determined on my life as a child was daydreaming and asthma. And the kid in this movie has both of them, right? So I was like, oh, that's really awesome. But I don't think karate is going to solve all of this. Like
they should have made a
now he knows how to kick everybody's ass.
Yeah, instead of the girl who loved Tom Gordon, they should have done the boy who loved Chuck Norris. You know, like
it is weird.
Some sort of like peril, you know.
Yeah, it's weird too that it's Chuck Norris.
Yeah,
because it is like
it is a total like let's highlight Chuck Norris in all of his glory.
Yeah,
because I think
did his brother write this as well?
Let me see.
You're good if not.
But it's like
he didn't. It was just directed.
It's like Last Action Hero meets Karate Kid.
But Last Action Hero is actually fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, part of it's weird because I haven't really seen a lot of the Chuck Norris movies, but I think all of the daydreams are actually like scenes or how they're dressed is how they're like how Chuck Norris is dressed in that movie.
Okay.
So like it's almost like the scenes he's like thinking about.
He's reenacting the scenes
from the movie pretty much.
Okay.
But to go back to the daydreams thing, like I said, I don't know if there is like a disorder where you like daydream out loud.
Yeah. Or like you're actually seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it is, like, let us know in the movie that's he's got this disorder where that happens, because there's so many scenes where like he's climbing up the rope and he's just looking at the other rope, talking to nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this isn't daydreaming. Like, this is very
like this is like like
this isn't Drop Dead Fred. You know?
I feel like this kid's in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like he's got some sort of mental disorder.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's almost like
I'm not gonna like
a schizophrenia kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like he's seeing things that aren't.
But if he's gonna daydream, make him look like he's daydreaming. Make him just stare out the window thinking about this, not like it's odd the way it's done.
But and I feel like it's like a movie that's like, oh, kids aren't allowed to daydream or like have like literally every teacher in this movie is like, oh, it's the kid who has dreams. It's like, yeah, that's why he goes to school. So you can figure out what you want to do later.
Oh, great. It's the boy with aspirations.
Who has goals in his life.
Get him out of here. And that's another thing, too, is when like he's climbing the rope in that daydream, not to jump into the movie.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have to, because like...
Oh, it's just...
The first 40 minutes
is
him daydreaming scene. Like, it's all it is the first 40 minutes.
And there's no karate until like... I mean, there's karate literally in the opening minutes. Yeah. But after that, it's like probably about 45 minutes, 50 minutes in.
Yeah. And he has like okay, wait, I got to talk about this.
Well, let me get to that rope scene real quick.
All right, talk about the rope scene.
The only thing that's odd is when he's climbing the rope, he looks over and he sees Chuck Norris. And the daydream of Chuck Norris is actually teaching him something.
Oh, yeah. It's actually a pretty good lesson.
Yeah, but the thing is...
Oh, yeah, because I learned it.
Whenever I like think about climbing ropes, I always think about this scene.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is it's odd is that his daydreams are teaching him something, which doesn't make any sense.
This is
because it's coming from your thought pattern. You're not teaching yourself.
But maybe it's something he like read in his Chuck Norris black belt magazine, or
and that's
something.
fine. It could be something that was buried.
But they don't establish like because they just show him holding the magazine, never really reading it.
Exactly.
So
yeah, you see that magazine a lot in this movie. Yes, but Matt, what were you saying?
I want to bring up, okay, does he have a weird obsession with his teacher?
I think he really does.
Okay, but they never bring it up outside of the daydream.
What do you mean?
And every single daydream it's his teacher as a character that's in trouble that he's got to save. Him and Chuck Norris have to save, right?
Oh, that was his teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. But he never really has any. He never says anything about it throughout outside of the
Like
daydreams.
staring at her uncomfortably. Like,
And then
Oh,
all
so
of
at
a
the
sudden,
end, when it's a new girl.
yeah.
Yeah.
When he like forms a new bond with Danica McKellar. It's
Interesting.
like,
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he has
see
a crush on his teacher.
See ya, teacher.
But they never
Learn this.
they never say it. And then his dad starts dating the teacher, and it's like, oh, like,
Does
I
he
feel like
though?
this is a
Does he?
Yeah, I know. Is this a storyline that's supposed to be going on that like they were like, you know what, we don't have time for this. Just get rid of it.
She's gonna be my new mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like literally the first 40 to 50 minutes is him, and they're talking about how he's got this with disorder, where you want to call it, where he daydreams a lot. So he'll daydream about doing something with Chuck Norris, and it's real life, and then daydream, then real life. And we do this like 4 or 5 times within the first hour.
But a lot of it's not like it's like whenever the daydreams occur, it's not really something associated with the movie itself. It's just a scene that they insert into the movie just to kill time, basically.
Yes. Agreed.
Like the only time I feel like I'm trying to think of like maybe the end, maybe.
Oh, but it like ties into life.
Yeah.
There's actually one. I actually think this is really good the way they did it. Was he runs up to on his porch and he has an asthma attack.
Oh yeah.
And in his head, he's being tied up with chains and he can't breathe.
Like the chains are tightening
and Chuck
him.
Norris is telling him to like relax or breathe, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's really cool parallel. I was like, that's like the good daydream.
That's
scene.
like that's like something that ties into the plot of the movie.
Yes.
But I'll say like I feel like he should have learned something from that. Like as far as daydreaming.
Never
like,
break your inhaler.
Yeah, like maybe the daydreaming is bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's like it never like it never says anything like is it daydreaming good or is it bad? He just daydreams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it never
it never makes a choice on what
it's
the hell
never
it
like
is.
I mean like I guess when they like the first daydream that they have, it's like a masked bad guy, and then when he meets Joe Piscopo at the dojo, then he starts seeing Joe Piscopo
as the bad guy.
Yeah. And then when you first meet the Scalini or Salini,
the coach,
the bully.
Oh yeah.
Shalini or whatever.
That he's involved.
Then he sees him in like the drug bust daydream. So it's
but
like
it's even like the same because then all of a sudden the gym teacher is kind of his buddy.
Yeah.
So then he goes back to Piscopo because
the Richard Moll is a bad guy in one of the daydreams.
But then he compliments him, and so then he's not like the bad guy anymore.
Yeah. So they like they just kind of do a bad job of like explaining how these daydreams kind of work.
I will say probably the best part of the movie is Joe Piscopo.
Oh,
I think he is having a blast on this movie.
He's the only one that's really doing something.
I think he's having fun with it. The characters he's playing, like he's like exaggerated and ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think he's having fun with this role. And you can tell.
You know, I think what hurts this movie is Chuck Norris.
Oh, yeah. His lack of presence in this movie.
His lack of presence and like, I mean, you might be like, I'm not dissing on Chuck Norris fans.
It's all right.
But he's just kind of like, he doesn't have much like character in his characters.
He's like, come on, Barry, let's do this.
Yeah, like if it was like somebody like Arnold, I feel like Arnold would be a more like...
Oh, because he knows how to act, that's why.
Yeah, he'd be more of like a force where he'd be
Wrap your leg around the rope, come on!
Yeah.
Pansy, do it now!
I feel like I'd be really jacked if Arnold Schwarzenegger was in my dreams telling me to do stuff.
You broke your inhaler, you got yourself into this!
Yeah.
Breathe!
Yeah. You broke your inhaler, you idiot!
I can't give you back your air.
Yeah, he's just choking like.
Dude, now I imagine all these daydreams where it's him and like Arnold rolling down the hill in Mars,
It's him,
and they're trying to breathe like,
it's him walking with Arnold on the mountains of Mars, and they look at each other all nice, and then it's just chaos.
Okay, what other Arnold movies would it be? Like Raw Deal, where he's just driving around Chicago,
the convertible,
playing Rolling Stones.
I'm trying to think. Oh man,
like Terminator 2 is easy.
Yeah,
because there's already a kid
he's just
there.
like, yeah, come on, Terminator.
They both fight Phil Hartman.
Oh yeah.
Tell him to put the cookie down.
Or it's like twins. They're wearing the same suit. And
that's the best one.
Yeah, Jonathan Brandis is like leaning up against Arnold, like
Junior. They're both pregnant.
And there's a Jonathan Brandis baby and an Arnold baby, like, Mama!
Like end of days, and they're both making their lunch in a
blender?
blender. Like,
Joe Piscopo's pissing fire at some point. I like this idea. All these ideas work better than this movie.
yeah.
I was even trying to think if it was Stallone. Then you could have like a boxing match with Stallone.
Oh yeah.
You could have like in the forest Rambo type moments or whatever.
Well, hell, I mean they were trying their damnedest to do a Rocky like kind of what's his name who plays Penguin and
Burgess Meredith.
Yeah, they're doing Mako's doing a Burgess Meredith impression, a real hard impression.
Oh yeah.
Where he's doing, you gotta do this, kid. He's like squinting his eye and everything.
Yeah.
So they're all
100%.
like they're literally trying to do like a hodgepodge of like Rocky with the training, Mr. Miyagi with Karate Kid and like the training. So they're just trying to pull from all these different movies to make their own movie, and it doesn't work.
And it doesn't work because it's like the most unique thing doesn't make sense in the movie. It's the daydreams. And I don't mean like doesn't make sense. It doesn't if you took it out of the movie would still be the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Like it makes no,
that's a good point. Yeah.
It makes no change on the movie whatsoever. Like whether he daydreams or not.
I think part of
the
the reason, like even say that, like all the daydreams, at least to me, kind of mesh into one.
Yeah.
Like
there's really nothing like they all. I can't remember which one is which and when they occur in the movie. Or
they all. There's no real big standout except for like the chain around his chest one, just because that ties into the actual movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean they're not bad scenes, and I don't mind Chuck Norris in this at all. I think the problem is that he's in like 3 or 4 daydreams in the beginning, and then he's gone for like 45 minutes, and you're like, wait, the plot of this movie was this. Like, where's the plot's gone?
Like he's on the poster.
Well, and but that's what I mean. I mean, like. And like I said, not dissing on Chuck Norris fans at all. But he's kind of like, if they did this with like Clint Eastwood and they did all Clint Eastwood's movies, it would be kind of boring to watch because it's like, Clint Eastwood kind of just plays Clint Eastwood in all of his movies.
My lawn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why you need some like Adam Sandler, where like they're both like water boys and they're both like,
I was waiting for it. It was coming.
I was saying it before you did.
But yeah, it's weird that it's weird that they do this type of movie with like the kid that has an obsession with a actor / celebrity.
Yeah.
And then a year later they make Last Action Hero in 93 with the kid and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, is it when is it?
It's 93 and this is
really?
Sidekicks is 92. So it's weird that like
the quality difference in both of these movies.
They had a massive budget for Last Action Hero.
Did they?
They got all these celebrities and like there's explosions and
that's true.
All kinds of stuff.
But it's just I know, but the quality of it looks like it's like they look like 5 years apart.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. If this movie was about you and your daydreams, who would your daydream about?
Easy.
I know Hontos.
Yeah, easy.
Hontos would be him with Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh, duh. Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. Easy E.
Easy. Yeah. No, if you had like your Arnold or Stallone or whatever.
Oh, this is the easy question.
Okay,
really? Yeah, Kurt Russell.
That's a good one.
There's so many movies that you can do.
That's a good
the
one.
boy who wore tennis shoes, like, or the computer that wore.
Yeah.
That'd be the go-to one,
you'd
obviously.
be hanging out with Santa Claus for a day.
Yeah.
Man.
Stuntman Mike, you're going to be scared.
If you're to start screaming, you probably would do right about now. It's my best Kurt Russell.
I don't know.
Matt, what do you got?
I would say Michael Keaton.
That's not bad.
Yeah, because otherwise I would have said Kurt Russell. But
are you basing it on the person or their movies?
That's your question.
Okay, then I'll ask. Based on their movies.
Based on their movies.
Oh yeah. I think personality and movies, like it's Kurt Russell all the way.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I'll give you that.
Chris Kattan. Easy.
So both of you can make, hey guys, want some cookies?
I was gonna say, Matt, you want some cookies?
I don't know. What do you have one?
I'm just kind of like
Kurt Russell would definitely be mine too, but I don't. I want to do something different. I want to do something different for the game.
Agree.
I think Tom Cruise would be pretty dope.
That would be cool.
But
then you'd be like subjected to the whole Scientology, which is like really weird.
Yeah, but just in general, if you think about like you're already like all the Mission Impossibles, bingo, and you got your Top Gun.
Yeah, tons of action, like the skydiving and Fallout.
I would live through. I lived through Vanilla Sky.
Dude, it'd be both of you wearing the mask. Like
when it's backwards on his head and he's like dancing in the street. It's both of us.
It's Chris and Tom Cruise walking down the street during Eyes Wide Shut, smacking their fists against their hand. Like,
Cameron Diaz would be like, I ate your like, wow.
Well, so Ewan McGregor is my favorite actor of all time, but like I wouldn't want to live through Train Spotting.
Yeah,
I'm not interested.
Depressing.
yeah, it's hard because I was like Michael Keaton in the 80s into the 90s would be a lot of fun. And then he doesn't really do much in the early 2000s era. And then it's kind of like
starts getting into more like serious like roles or whatever.
Vin Diesel would be cool. Just because you got family.
Jim Carrey would be
I thought
really
that too.
cool.
Yeah, that popped in my head.
Vin Diesel, I don't think would be cool.
Why? You get to do all the Fast and Furious movies. You get to do Triple X. You get to do Pitch Black.
You're just only doing the Fast and Furious movies.
I'd do Pitch Black. That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. And Triple X is a fun movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you never saw it?
No.
Coming soon.
Like The Rock. Like it'd just be you in the jungle all the time with a tan t-shirt on.
I'm
like,
so tired. We gotta work out. We gotta keep working out.
Yeah. This is us now.
It's 4 a.m. This is just workout number 3 out of.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a. I'll probably. I'll think of some more as.
That's fine. We'll get back into it. So this movie ends up being about our main star,
Jonathan Brandis,
and he is going to fight his bully. He starts to fight his bully.
It doesn't even really like happen until later on.
It doesn't. And then as soon as it happens, it attracts the girl who's kind of like, I don't like you that way. And then he fights back, and she's like, I do like you that way.
I don't like this girl. Like they make her very unlikable. Where she's like, he's like, yeah, you only like me because it's like I'm a charity case.
You pity me.
You pity me. And she's like, yeah, well, I just feel so sorry for you. And then he beats up the guy. She's like, oh my gosh, you're really hot.
You're actually kind of strong.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, get lost. Like, no way.
Right.
Yeah.
I got one. I just got one.
Who?
Samuel L. Jackson.
That would be pretty.
Because you're in the Star Wars universe. You're in the Marvel universe.
Jungle Fever.
Jungle Fever. You're in Die Hard. I think you could.
Goodfellas.
True Romance.
Deep Blue Sea.
Death by Temptation.
I'm trying to think of only ones that he's perished in.
Yeah, a lot. There's a lot.
I would do Sean Bean. I'd be like in Goldeneye. We'd both be laying at the bottom of that the satellite's going towards you.
At first I thought you had Mr. Bean.
Oh,
and I just imagine you being like,
yeah. I'm trying to think of like actors who only die in their movie, like Steve Buscemi. Would
that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
So not to get like towards the end of the movie. Well, actually, hold on. There's one thing I'm talking about because this doesn't make any sense. And then we're not wrapping up, but we're getting towards the end. There's a scene where they go to a restaurant, and our main character is like his mentor owns this restaurant. And during their visit there, these bullies come in out of nowhere.
They're like bikers.
Yeah. And so the owner gets this idea, like, I got it. He's like, let's make 7 dishes.
I was wondering
7 various dishes. I'll bring them out and then I'll just beat them up like it's an accident. Yeah. Like, why did you put all this time into making these meals? Like, just go out there and beat them up.
They actually look like really good meals.
And what's the lesson that he tells him?
What does he say?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was something really like kind of stupid where I was like, that's your lesson? Like, you destroyed your restaurant.
Right? You made all these meals for half an hour and like, it's not perfect. They're like, I said flame broiled. Like, the kids sweating. They're like,
yeah, but it was just like something about like how like he's like trust appearances or something like that. It was
something like appearances can be deceiving or something like that.
I
don't really know.
Something that doesn't play later on in the movie.
And then actually the head guy of this group is in stuff.
In Roadhouse, I think.
It might be. Roadhouse actually sounds familiar.
The big guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's that
the
bear
leader.
That bear
that
tossed
might be
on
him. I could see that. So what's the kid's name again? I keep forgetting. Jonathan?
No.
In real life, his name's Jonathan?
Yeah, Jonathan Brandis.
So Jonathan decides he's going to enter this championship or this like martial arts tournament.
On the fly, by the way. He just walks up and signs up for it.
No, because the kid, his bully gives it to him.
Yeah, he's like,
if you want to fight for real, he's like,
even though they
take this.
Even though they literally just fought for real at gym class.
It's over.
Yeah, and they don't actually fight for real at the end of this movie.
That'd be great. That'd be great if he's
don't.
like, if you want to fight for real, and you'd be like, no, I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's Jonathan training over and over, same song, same montage.
Song.
And then he gets to the tournament, and we find out that it's a team tournament, and that they're short one person.
Oh yeah, they realized that they didn't have an extra friend
Yes.
to participate.
So we got Jonathan, we got his mentor, and then the mentor's daughter. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Noreen.
Yeah. And they're one short. And so the daughter ends up going to Chuck Norris, who's at the tournament, and says, like, will you join our team? He, of course, accepts.
Why, yes, I will.
Meets Jonathan. Jonathan's speechless. And then the last, like, 15 minutes of the movie is the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a series of like, let's just showcase these
bricks.
Well,
Flaming bricks.
let's showcase these background characters or actors that we hired for this movie because they're martial artists.
Yeah.
So let's just spotlight their skills. And that would be like we don't have enough money to pay them, but this is their demo reel. In a way,
Right.
you know. And then it's just like a series of like dancing, choreography, brick breaking.
And then, like Matt said, I didn't even realize that Jonathan doesn't even fight that kid at the end.
Yeah.
Oh
they don't
yeah,
fight.
yeah. That should have been the fight. That should.
Yeah.
I never even think about that.
Yeah.
But they battle off in the brick contest.
Wow, what a.
It was like all of a sudden
fucking...
the movie got morals, and it was like, hey, we shouldn't have these kids fight to solve their problems.
Yeah, but they literally do that in Karate Kid in every action
Yeah.
movie ever made, or whatever, or
Yeah.
every like kid action movie. They always have to stand up to the bully.
Well, it's always
prove a
opposing
point.
forces with it because it's always like the kid that uses karate to kick ass, and then the kid
Yeah.
that uses karate to defend himself.
Using it for wrong versus the
Yeah.
one that uses it for right or whatever.
which
or
this
Yeah.
could in itself could be a whole argument.
Yeah.
And since I don't take karate, I'm not going to bother arguing with it.
Yeah.
Like,
But still, they should have instead of why God, that's so infuriating. The fact that we're covering this as a martial arts movie and they don't even have a last fight scene.
no, they don't. And in that, but I feel like at the end of the movie, like, what does the kid learn? Like,
that Chuck Norris will get you out of a pinch.
yeah,
I think the
like,
whole point.
in real
so
life
he's like,
sometimes.
he says dreams will come true if they happen to you.
But I guess, I guess Chuck Norris came out of the magazine like it's Aha, like the music video Aha. Like,
Oh, interesting. Okay, let me set it up for the
Yeah.
the listeners, because after they win the tournament, they go outside. Jonathan talks to Chuck Norris, walks away, and when he looks back, Chuck Norris is gone, and all that's there is this magazine. And so is Chuck Norris supposed to be like his imagination? Did he come out from the magazine?
there's like a supernatural aspect to this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because right after that, a kid in a wheelchair comes
Yeah.
over, finds the magazine. And actually, I do like this because it's
It's-
supposed to
yeah.
like inspire him, and he's the next one to be
yeah.
inspired.
It's a fair,
Cool ending.
yeah.
Ends right there. But it leaves so many like, who was Chuck Norris?
Yeah, because people talk to him, and
yeah,
Joe
people-
Piscopo fights him.
Yeah, they literally saw this guy fight. So everyone just saw this ghost or whatever, this
Yeah.
this imaginary.
Oh, here's your fan theory. Actually, at a certain point in this movie, the movie is nothing but a fever dream because he's still having his asthma attack.
Oh shit!
That's super dark.
Yeah.
It's really dark.
What I would have loved though is like Chuck Norris is there in these like daydreams or whatever, and it's like obviously from this magazine, the Black Belt magazine that he's carrying around with him the entire
Yeah.
time. And then when that bully like rips the magazine, the next time you see Chuck Norris, he's got like a scar, like a scar going across his face, and it's just him. Like, and then even in the last like martial arts tournament, it's just this Chuck Norris with the scar, and then keep asking him like,
Dude,
what-
then that means like Joe Piscopo should have just taken that magazine and like crumpled it up, like,
And then it's like
David Allen Greer
Tales from the Hood.
Tales from the Hood. Like,
I would say, well, Joe
Like-
Piscopo is doing like his like sword demo, and then he's cutting up the magazine, and it's like Freddy Krueger and Dream Child.
Yeah.
When he's like cutting up the magazine. He's like, "Ah!"
I love this. This is amazing. Much better movie. That is Sidekicks from 1992. It has
Oh,
a
man.
26% on Rotten Tomatoes. Honto, I'll start off with you. What is your rating for Sidekicks?
What did I give Guyver last week?
I think you give it a 30.
Yeah, I think that's 30. Yeah, this is worse than Guyver for sure. This
All
is like 10%. This is like teens.
Yeah.
This movie is atrocious.
And you bought it.
I did. I own it forever.
This is good trivia for this podcast.
Oh wait, can I say it because it's trivia?
Yeah, please.
This
Go
is
for it.
real
Here's
trivia.
a bit of trivia. And we wanted to watch it because it was free on Amazon Prime, but by the time we got to watched it, it was not free anymore. So Honto, instead of renting it, bought it.
Yeah.
So now Honto owns this movie.
Please like and share this podcast so I can pay off my bills.
Dude, we got to get that Kickstarter up and running. Or Patreon up and running.
I
just to help us pay for Sidekicks.
Yeah, for stuff like this, we're paying for dumb movies like Sidekicks. Those some bones our way.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Share with your friends.
Matt, what would you give Sidekicks?
25%.
Wow, I'm surprised.
The Daydream stuff is cool. And
it's
here's
cool.
the thing, I will give the movie credit. I'll give it, I'll do a little positive review at the end.
Sure.
The Daydreams look good.
I will say, yeah.
They don't look bad. Even the Western one would so easily come off looking very cliche and corny.
Yeah.
And
the sets are good.
Like, the sets are legit. Like
I want to just add, like, I gave it teens because it's like the concept was there. I didn't really get to say like why I gave it, but like the concept is there. It just like is so executed poorly.
Yeah.
And it's like when you have a movie that's supposed to highlight Chuck Norris, they don't do it right.
Yeah.
So
I like it for the idea. I just feel like it says nothing at the end of the movie.
Yeah, no,
and
exactly.
It's just kind of like, all right, it's just over, and you're like, I don't know what I was supposed to learn.
No takeaways, no lessons learned. Okay. You know,
go ahead, Chris.
I think I'll stick with the 26%. I think Rotten Tomatoes has got it.
Yeah.
It's got some good points, so it does feel like a good. Flipping on TV, TNT's on. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna watch 20 minutes of this and fall asleep.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Or if you're looking for something to distract your kid with.
Yeah.
This movie.
Saturday weekend matinee on TV.
Yeah. Yep.
It fortunately falls off because it does start off pretty strong and it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, but then the fun kind of ends
nothing
like
really
30, 35 minutes into it.
Nothing really happens
and it's kind of a bummer. I don't really have much critique on it. I think everybody who's involved, I think they're having fun with it. I could see this as a kid being a cool movie.
Yes.
Being in the shoes of Jonathan and being like, oh man, this is cool.
I liked this movie a lot when I was a kid.
I remember liking it a lot.
And that's the thing. Maybe it's not for us. I think I enjoyed.
That's a good way to put it, honestly.
So now we're trying to be like Chuck Norris, but since he's not in it, we're kind of bummed because it's like we don't have any connection.
Yeah, we're kind of like Joe Piscopo.
Yeah, we feel like
we
feel like losers who buy it for $4.99 on Amazon and have it forever.
One of us feels like a loser.
Damn it!
All right, if you had to rewatch, I'm going to throw in 4 movies. Or I'm going to throw in 3 movies. Out of the martial arts movies, we have this Sidekicks.
Yeah,
we had the Guyver, and then we're going to go back to Wild Card Month when we did Three Ninjas Kick Back.
Okay.
So out of those 3 movies, what has most rewatch value? Matt, you're going to say Guyver.
Are we counting Blade?
Yeah, we'll count Blade.
Yeah. Okay.
But I already know what you're going to say, so take Blade out of the equation.
Okay. Guyver.
Okay, what would you rank second?
Oh, shit.
Sidekicks or Three Ninjas?
I guess Sidekicks.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And then Three Ninjas.
I would, Hanto, what do you got?
I'd probably go Guyver, Three Ninjas, and then Sidekicks.
Mine would be the same as Hanto's.
Guyver gets it because that theme song is so great.
So good.
Yeah, but man, Sidekicks next to Three Ninjas.
Oh, Three Ninjas
2.
Three Ninjas.
That's a very close, like...
Three Ninjas, Chris and I watched Three Ninjas and we were laughing like almost the entire time.
Really?
Yeah.
We watched this together. We weren't interacting.
No, we weren't.
I felt like I was just watching it by myself because it was so quiet.
It did feel that way. I thought I was alone in a room.
I was like, yeah.
I know. I thought this was going to be a different experience watching it.
I did
too.
It started off like I said, a lot of fun and started off, but like, hey, maybe it's a.
But I will say this, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
It was easier to watch with each other because we powered through it.
Sure.
Otherwise, like, man, this has been one of those movies where I know for a fact Chris had paused it and finished it
over 3 weeks.
Over 3 weeks, and in the last 45 minutes of it would have been right before the podcast started.
When we arrived, he's like, I got 30 minutes left.
Hanto would have watched it 2 times.
I probably actually, that's actually accurate to make sure I didn't miss any details.
And I probably would have watched it.
That would have won it. I just saw it 20 years ago.
Dude, I would say, he would have watched it like 3 weeks ago or 2 years ago and been like, Yeah, I think I remember it.
Yeah, it's pretty fresh.
No, the worst though, I will agree with you. That's exactly how I would play. The worst is I'll put these movies on at like midnight.
Yeah.
Because I have to watch it for the show tomorrow, and I don't have time to cram it in.
Yeah.
So I literally have to stay up from midnight to like 2 a.m.
Sounds
watching
horrible.
it. And if they
Yeah.
suck, I'm like, this sucks. I want to go to bed.
That's even worse.
I watched in the 90s when I was a kid. It's still fresh in my brain.
So that's Sidekicks 1992. Hanto gave it a
Flaming bricks.
10%.
I'd say like 12. I'll say
All
12.
right, 12%. Matt gave it a 25, and I gave it a 26. I think we all said Guyver was our best
Yeah,
pick out
Cinema
of the...
Cult says, don't check it out.
Yeah, don't definitely stay away.
so that'll end martial arts. But we are doing something special for April because it is midway to Halloween.
Yep.
And we have talked about so many different possibilities of what we're going to do. And I'm actually really excited about this because we're doing something completely out of left field that we've never really done. We're going to live up to our name and do cult movies.
Cult movies.
And we're going to do cult movies with a theme. So for halfway to Halloween, we're doing movies released by the label Vinegar Syndrome and only movies released by them. And all three of us will have an individual pick. And my first pick for this, and I've thought about this a lot. I'm going to be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know.
No, we've been in the room for you with it.
Yeah.
I think my pick is going to be...
You think you know.
I know.
Just say it as a statement then.
Okay.
Be confident.
I am.
Christopher, be confident.
My pick
Yeah.
is the 1989 film Girlfriend from Hell.
Okay.
A movie Matt and I saw probably about 20 years ago. Could not remember what it was. And about 10 years ago, we said, Hanto, we remember this movie, but we don't know what it's called or what it's really about. He found it for us. And then literally last month, it just got released through Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah.
And then last week.
And then last week, I bought it.
Starring Dana Ashbrook.
Yes. And then I can't remember the girl's
Yeah.
name, but Molly Ringwald's best friend from 16 Candles.
Oh.
So return to the podcast.
It is. It is. I don't know if this movie's any good. No clue.
We'll find
But
out.
we're
I'm
about to
very
find out.
interested to watch this movie. I've been waiting to watch it. Me and Chris almost rewatched it after we found it because we found a
Yeah.
copy on YouTube, and the quality was so bad on it, and we
Yeah.
just never got around to watch it. So I'm
Yep.
very interested to.
Me too. Should I say what my other pick was going to be, or is that a
No,
future episode?
You already picked it, dude.
Oh, I'm not switching my picks.
You already did
But-
it, man.
All right. Girlfriend from Hell from 1989 for our halfway to Halloween featuring Vinegar Syndrome releases. If you do have any requests or any comments or ideas for months or even just individual requests, you can hit us up on Facebook.com. You can hit us up on Instagram. You can email us at
cinemacultpodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on the anchor.fm link to record a message. And we'll play it on the air.
We will. That's true beans.
Oh, if you also send us messages on Instagram, I'm usually on it, so you can talk to me.
That's true.
Please.
Yeah, and request movies.
Did you say please?
No.
yeah.
You just said it.
Who said that?
Matt, you literally
Oh my God.
said please, and you looked at me and you said, "Did you just say
Oh god,
that?"
oh god, he's going through one of his daydreams again.
He is.
Come
He
on,
said
Chuck.
something.
Come
He
on,
looked at
Chuck.
me. He looked at me.
Did you just say that?
He said something, then looked at me and asked if I said it.
Did you
That's
say
the
that?
weirdest thing I've ever witnessed. As always,
I thought you said the same thing.
He looks so
I
tired.
thought
He looked
I
tired.
thought you said the same thing that I was thinking.
This is so confusing.
As always, we love doing this podcast. We hope you love listening to it. I'm Chris,
I'm not.
And I'm Hanto.
and we'll see you next time.